Hello and welcome to Let's Play Sword of the Stars 2 with me, TheDragoclaw. So, like a few others before me, I'm gonna try and play Sword of the Stars 2. You may have heard that it's had quite a few problems with its release and everything, but now, a good 5 months after its release, I think it's finally okay to play. I did play on it a while ago. Wait, let me just check something here. Okay. Yeah, sorry, while I was distracted by that, I was just seeing if I could change a few settings, and I had it on the right mix. Yep, that looks about right. Okay, yes, now, after that little pleasant diversion, yeah, the game had a few problems on its release, and I finally think it's okay to play. When I was playing it before, I did notice too many crashes and bugs, an improvement over when I first got it. However, I do think the AI is still a bit dodgy, but we can talk about that a bit later. So I'm going to set up the game here. Okay, now which map was I going to play on? I think it was this one. Wait, no. Might have been that one. I'm going to be playing on quite a small map. I hope this to be a quick game because I still think the AI needs quite a bit of tweaking because it's still very easy. I had a test game a couple of hours ago, and well, I declared war on someone and they had virtually no army, and it was just going nowhere that game, so I might try a different victory condition. But yeah, this looks more like the map I was thinking about. Okay, let's first of all change the victory condition. I think I'm going to go with a land grab. So essentially we have to colonize as many worlds as we can. Once we get 60% of the map, we can win the game. I think I might actually drop that down a bit because, yeah, just over 51%. I like the idea of that. Yeah, because the normal victory condition of killing everyone, I think that'd be too quick and easy. So, yeah. Right, let's turn up some of the other stuff. Initial technologies, I like to start at about 10. And a quick note, I'm not very good at this game. I mean, at all. So, feel free to leave helpful tips in the comment section. I think I'm actually going to increase random encounters to 150%, just so we can actually see some action. Because once again, I'm not too keen on the AI in this game. I'll keep the Grand Menaces at 1. Yeah, I think that's a decent enough setup. But yeah, I'm not very good at this game, so you'll have to forgive all the horrendous choices I make. Right, let's change our ship stuff. I quite like the orange, but oh, let's go green, why not? And let's change our ship colour to a nice, nice deeper blue, I think. There, it's predominantly green, but that's okay by me. And let's change our name, our empire name. Yep, that sounds quite nice. I like a good Imperium. Okay, so here are all the races. There's the Soul Force, which is the humans. The Hiver race, which are insects. I'll come on to more detail in a minute, but Oh god, this is where my limit of knowledge runs out. The Lear are an aquatic species. The Zool are a violent race of creatures. And the rest of them I'm not too sure about, because I haven't played much of a game, but yeah. You might see these immersion subcategories. They're sort of other races that are part of a DLC that came free with the game after all the fuss about it not being up to scratch. But essentially I think it just adds a few more voiceovers and effects to make it seem more immersive. But I'm going to stick with a normal Soul Force. I don't really mind who my enemies are. Yeah, just selected faction. Let's select my avatar. Let's see. There are quite a few avatars in this game, and the art is quite detailed, as is most of the game actually. It's very graphics orientated. And let's go with this guy. He looks professional. And selecting the badge. No, not that badge. Well, no. That looks good. I think I'm actually going to go with this one. I quite like that one. And select AI difficulty. Oh, actually, I don't think I've changed this. That might account for why I thought the AI was a bit easy. I think I'll keep them on medium. That makes all the other decisions I made back there a lot more different. But no, I think I'll stick with what I've done. Yeah, let's start the game, shall we? So yeah, I know a few other people have done Let's Plays of this game, and most of them have sort of fizzed out. I saw one that only got to part 6 because of an update that sort of destroyed his save file. And there are a few others, but let's just say I'm hoping to be more successful than they were, which is a lot to ask for actually. Right, okay, let's actually get into the game. First of all, I'm going to adjust my budget. Focus a bit more heavily on research. I'll try and explain a few things as I go along. Your income it's broken down into all of these different settings, but essentially you're really only concerned about how much money you get into your savings and how much research you do. That's what the main bar is about. So I've put the bar as close to research as I can get away with at the moment, just so I can research faster, because that's really important early on in the game. Also, this pie diagram is very useful for showing you your expenditure. That black segment there, sorry, I appear to be colourblind for a moment, is due to corruption, and that's sort of just taken away from my income by people who are peddling cash out of my hard-earned money. Adjust that statement to make sense in your head, if you will. So I'm going to increase my security just across the board so I can get rid of that. There we go. You can also increase your tax rate. I want to leave that alone because I don't know enough about it to make it worthwhile. I have noticed the game interface does take a while to load between states, so you might want to keep yourself aware of that. Let's check out my research real quick. Okay, so we have a variety of different research topics down the bottom here. I think some of the best stuff to start off with is either terraforming or industrial. Where's biotechnology? Let's take a look at our terraforming stuff. Nice and expensive, so we won't be bothering about that. There are, of course, also biological weapons and the associated countermeasures. I tend not to use them, but I might. Yeah, so industrial technology, liquid polysteel, that sounds interesting. I haven't actually used it yet. I haven't actually used much of the game, actually, because I'm very new to the game. I played a bit of Sword of the Stars 1, but not that much. Wait, am I industrial technology? I don't think this is the right tree, actually. Nope. I meant engineering. Yeah, for orbital dry docks, I quite like being able to build a lot of ships cheaper and faster, so I usually start off with orbital dry docks. I apologise if this is a horrible mistake, but I don't know enough about the game to
This project could be the big breakthrough you've been looking for.
understand a lot of what I do. Okay, so here's our empire. I probably should have explained this a bit earlier, but never mind. We can travel down these node lines, which is the human's form of travel. Each race has their own unique form of travel. I don't know what they're called, but I know that the Hivers, they travel extremely slowly between stars, but then they can set up gates and they have instant travel. The Lear are similar to us, but they can go in any direction. They don't have to go down specific node lines. But as they get closer to their target, they slow down. As I said, I don't know much about the rest of the races, but I'm sure I'll learn eventually. Okay, so we've started off at our homeworld here. You'll notice it because it has little what are those called? Julius Caesar had them. I should know the names of those. Laurels, I think. Yeah, that seems right. It has the laurels around the star. And you can see all the fleets we have here. We have a survey fleet, a construction fleet, and a colonization fleet. Pretty self-explanatory. Survey fleets are your scouts, construction fleets build star bases, and colonization build colonies. So first of all, I'm going to have a quick look around, try and find a decent star system to explore. Gamma here looks nice. And the way things are done in this game, as opposed to Sword of the Stars 1, is through missions. So I can send my ships here to do a survey mission by right-clicking on the star, selecting survey, selecting the fleet, and then it gives you a bit of a overview up here. Doesn't cost any money, but it will take 4 turns to get there and 2 turns to survey. When ships go on a mission, they are sent there, they do their stuff, then they come back before you can issue any other orders to them. It's I don't like this system, but it's how I'm forced to play, so I can work around it, but I think the traditional point and click and stay there until I point and click again of most 4Xs is a lot better.
Moving out to survey now.
Okay, and before I forget, let's start constructing star bases. Oh, actually first let's take a look at my planets. Okay, so this is the planet screen. I've clicked on a planet that I do not own, and I'm taking a quick look at its stats. Here we can see its climate hazard, which is how habitable it is. The closer that number to 0, the better. It's a size 2, which is horrendous. I'm probably not going to settle it. It has about 4,500 resources. 4,500 resources, sorry. I should learn to speak. And it will cost 50,000 odd to develop this planet, which I'm not really interested in doing if I can find better ones. And this planet is even worse because it's a number size of 1. I'm probably not going to settle that unless I get absolutely desperate, which I still haven't ruled out, by the way. Okay, let's check my home system. Red bars here mean that they're either prohibitively expensive, like this one, it's far too hot or positive, so I can't terraform that yet. But green means you can settle them, but even if it does mean you have to terraform them slightly. This one's much bigger, has a few less resources than the one down there, and it costs a little bit more to develop. So I might settle this if there's nothing else in the vicinity. But on to star bases. I think I'm going to start by trying to get trade up and running. So I'm going to build a civilian station at my homeworld and these 2 planets here. And how you do that is you choose your type of station, choose a construction fleet, ensure you have enough money, but we have plenty of money. Click confirm and wait for a little bit while it loads up this screen, and you can place your orbital structure.
Aye, aye, sir. Consider it done.
Okay, so I've got that on its way. I suppose I could build a few more survey fleets. Sorry for bumping the mic. Yeah, you know what, why not? I have a bit of money. So I'm just going to build a basic fleet. For every fleet you need to have a command ship in it. For a survey fleet I'm probably also going to need a supply. I said I'm going to need a supply. But there's not. I could put the SFS Bolzano. It's a frigate, a destroyer, or rather a cruiser. There is a bit of a difference, but not so much in this game. It's basically a ship with guns, but it's a scout force. It's going to get destroyed. I want these things to be as cheap as possible, so I'll just submit this invoice, which is how you build ships now. You build them in batches.
Placed, Commander.
But I'll get more onto that next time. It seems like a pretty good place to leave off, so we'll continue exploring next time on Let's Play Sword of the Stars 2. I'll see you there.